Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Initiative Order, where tonight we are the ArcaKnights, a Power Rangers live play series. I am your GM, DM, presence, existence, leader of the story here for my wonderful group of Rangers. We're going to go around, do quick introductions, give the name of your character, where we can find you on social media, so we can jump right into the session, because I know we've all been dying
So
to get
ready.
back into this. So let's go ahead and start with Brandon.
Hello, everybody. It is I, Brandon O'Brien. I'm a poet, writer, and game designer from Trinidad and Tobago. And tonight, I will be playing Marcia, Ambrose, the Pink Ranger.
Awesome. Up next, Alec.
Hello, I am Alec the Bard, and tonight I'll be playing the Red Ranger, Peter Hentz.
Up next, Javante.
Hi everyone, I'm Javante. I play Dior, the Black Ranger.
Krimsin.
Hey y'all, I'm Krimsin Galaxy. That's Krimsin because I'm not me without a little bit of sin, and I am playing Gina, the Yellow Ranger.
Last but certainly not least, Pluto.
Hey everyone, I am Pluto, pronouns they, them, and I am playing Frankie Oliver, the Green Ranger, pronouns he, they.
Ooh. And I, once again, am Will, at ArcLight Court all over the internet, and I will be your GM for tonight. So let's go ahead and get ready to dive into tonight's episode number 2 of ArcaKnights, a Power Rangers live play series. So, Rangers, the end of the last session, you had defeated your first attack of Draugr, a mythical being, warriors with the capabilities and fighting prowess of former warriors throughout the world, brought together in the archaeological exhibit set up in the observatory. Upon defeating them, a blue light was seen leaving the stadium, where Dior and Marcia, our Black and Pink Rangers, had seen another Ranger there before they teleported away. As we continue from that point, each of you, the stress of the moment has faded away. That anxious tingles over your body, the butterflies in your chest and stomach have subsided. The clarity of what you have done has now settled onto you. You've just morphed into Power Rangers, the first new series of Rangers to appear in Angel Grove in 20 years. You've protected the university, not only in the first time that you've transformed, but on your first day at the university as well. That weight is slowly starting to settle. And as that realization happens, you feel the morphing grid, the energy that your powers are drawn from, pool over your bodies. And in a sudden flash of that color, darkness, peaceful, but darkness. I like everyone but Dior to mute their mics for me. Dior. System diagnostics appears over your heads-up display. You can see a checklist beginning to work its way through all of your system BIOS, alerting you to small, minor physical damages, but nothing to any internal components. Your auditory systems are the only things in open operation for you in this moment. You hear the voices of your mother and father. The energy that was taken in was accepted. So that means that it has to be something from the morphing grid. That's the only thing that would have been accepted by the systems itself, your mother says, as your father responds, well, let's wait for Cranston to get here. Once Cranston's here, we can get a full understanding of everything that's going on right now. It's at that point you hear a door open. Few footsteps, muffled conversation before you hear Professor Cranston's voice in the room. I believe Dior has taken a step further than we anticipated, because I wasn't aware of another morphing grid point here in Angel Grove other than the power chamber. If what I believe is true, and I have every reason to believe that this is correct, I believe Dior is now one of the new Rangers that helped protect the university. You hear your mother gasp. You hear your father start pacing. Professor Cranston then starts enabling audio and verbal response systems. Before they kick in, you see memory reset, T-minus 30 seconds. As your eyes open and you gain the capability to speak, Professor Cranston is looking over the top of you. Dior, everything is okay. Everything is all right. Nothing that is going to be removed will keep you from operating or keep you from being able to do what has now been entrusted to you. It is just for safety precautions.
How far back?
Enough to not identify me.
Understood.
If more morphing grid power becomes available to you, I think what you were created for will become very possible. And you will not be used for what your intention was, and will be given a life all anew. But if you can be a ranger, then we might be able to bring him back.
All right. I'll try.
I believe in you, Dior. As the timer ticks 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the next day. You're waking up at home. You know that something happened at the university, an attack of some kind. You met with a group of people. You were teleported to a power chamber, but it was different. It wasn't like the one that you were in originally. You were given a power morpher. You were given access to the black power spectrum, along with the others. Their names all reattaching in memory: Gina, Frankie, Peter, Marcia. You went and fought against the Draugr. The protection net activated and worked as it was built and intended to do. But Javante, Dior does not know that Professor Cranston was in Ranger Stadium. Nor does he know that there was another Ranger there other than the 5 of you. Now for the rest of you. As you have awoken the next day, your memories still intact exactly as they were, no changes for you, save for that darkness that settled over you at the end of the fight. You each woke up at home. A few of you hear footsteps, Peter especially. Your father comes up the stairs, realizing that you're home. He just hugs you immediately while still laying in bed.
What's wrong, Dad?
There was an attack at the university yesterday. You went to orientation, right? When did you get home?
I mean, I kind of crashed after orientation, so I don't know, afternoon, maybe evening.
Just like squeezes and pulls you in tighter. Well, there are new Rangers, and the protection grid works.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I don't know if there's going to be anything going on at the school right now, because of all of the work that they have to do for everything that happened. A few places were hit pretty bad, but it seems like everything for the most part is okay. I didn't know you were home. They just released information about this.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling good, so I just came home for, to go to bed, so I just kind of passed out.
Okay. All right. Did you get a ride with somebody? Because your car's not here.
Yeah, one of my friends who I met at orientation dropped me off because I just it's a weird stomach bug. I just wasn't feeling comfortable to drive.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you made friends with everything.
Yeah,
It's good. Okay. All right. I'm glad you're okay.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah, I'm all right.
And like roughs your head for a second before walking out. Give me a alertness check.
Alertness check. Got it.
DC 12.
All right. Um. Oh, I'm just trying to roll it now on. Oh, nope. I rolled an 8.
Okay. You're looking around your room. You can see your leg brace is not here.
Ah, okay.
And as you're searching and looking through everything, something crawls over your foot.
I'm just like kicking my foot instinctively.
You
like
kick your foot, you see a red and white snake go fly across the room into, it looks like it's on a pure collision course into the wall and just before it hits, you watch it almost pixelate away and then reform back on the ground and starts maneuvering towards you.
Hey, buddy. Aren't you supposed to be in my phone?
Phone. 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 Phone.
Oh no.
Under the bed, you find
Oh,
your phone.
okay. Oh god. I was like losing my morpher first day. That's not good ranger habits.
As you pull the phone out from under the bed, you watch as Cinder raises up, taps his face against the screen, and then gets pulled into the screen. And then you
Okay.
hear, just trying to make sure you were okay.
How did we get back here?
Philo detected some stress. Once the threat was neutralized, he was able to use the records within the school in order to find the addresses of everyone's homes and send them home safely.
You just teleported us home?
To put it simply,
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're walking to school. Is school happening today after the attack?
we can check, and you see Cinder move on your screen down, wrap around the internet browser,
Mm-hmm.
open it, moves across the dialog box, leaving University California Angel Grove operating hours today. Google pops up and he nudges it. You have a full-blown avatar in your phone
Right.
navigating everything. As he opens it, school is still operating today. There is a missive on there that says to avoid the uh, historical artifact exhibit and Ranger Stadium for the day, as there is an investigation in both areas currently going on. But other than that, school is open and available.
All right. Well, I guess we're walking to school today because we left my car on campus. I hope my car is okay.
I can get you close.
Oh, you can teleport me to campus?
Close.
Why does it sound like you're not confident?
Would you like to try?
Let me
It's
put
been
pants on first.
it's been a couple of thousand years since the last time I had access to the Morphing Grid.
Okay, let me get dressed and then you can try and just don't make sure I come back in one piece, please.
Always in one piece.
Okay.
I could do that.
And I'm gonna end up getting ready for the day. And then I'm just gonna shout to my dad as I'm leaving, hey, I'm heading to class. And then tuck around to the side of the house and behind a tree and be like, all right, beam me up, buddy.
As you get around the corner, you see that identification spell circle, similar
Mhm.
to when you guys were entering into Ranger Stadium, goes through the spectrum and then goes red, letting you know it's safe. And Cinder goes, okay, let's go. And you feel like a snake is wrapping around your entire body as that red energy pulses. And we go to Marcia. Marcia, as you awake, in your apartment, again, similar. You can hear the news story playing on your phone of what had occurred the day before at the University of California Angel Grove. And as you're starting to open your eyes, get a better awareness of everything around you, I would like you to roll me an alertness check.
Okay. Alertness. I rolled a 6.
You look around, wipe your eye, go to start like pulling your hair back and go to tie it up for a second. And you feel something nuzzle against like your hip while you're laying down. And as you look down, you notice there is a small pink rabbit laying next to you.
While I'm still groggy, I go, "Hey there." And then I pause for a moment and just kind of stare at it, and then my eyes start growing wide, and I immediately sit up out in bed and go, "Wait a minute, what the hell are you?"
As the hey there turn their head up to look at you, and as your eyes get wide, you can see their eyes start to get wide and their ears have instantly perk, nose starts twitching, and they're looking around like they're trying to figure out what's wrong. And as you sit straight up and sit back, you see the hair like nudge your phone towards you.
I pick it up. What what about my phone?
The hair steps forward again, and just like one flopped ear over the screen. And as that happens, you watch the hair pixelate and reform into the screen. Marcia, I would assume you to be a little bit more observing of these things now that you're a ranger.
So I wasn't dreaming all of that.
No,
Okay.
no, dear, not at all. But I'm more than glad that it was you.
Tamarit, right?
Correct. The Lady Queen Tamarit, but Tamarit.
Your Highness?
None of that is needed.
Did we fight things? Did
Yes, you did. You fought them well, alongside your friends, the other ArcaKnights. You're rangers now, and I'll make sure you're safe. But it might be best to get ready for the day. I have a feeling the other rangers will be making their way to the Arcanian plexus.
I guess that's where I'm supposed to go to get answers to all of this? Because there's one question that I immediately need to ask now,
I
which
might be
is,
able to answer.
did we watch someone die yesterday?
No. You watched another hero from a time long ago help you succeed.
I'd like to hope that that guy's okay then.
They're okay. They'll be fine. But for now, get ready. You have a day ahead of you, and you have questions you need answered.
Here's hoping today's nothing like yesterday, and then I start getting ready to head to school.
As you get ready, you do get a text notification.
From?
As you go to check it, you see that it's from Arvon, the other student that you met in the library for orientation.
I see.
Just making sure you're okay. Didn't see you after everything happened. Maybe we could go to the first year party? Question mark.
I send one text that is just question mark, and another text that says, I'm not really a party girl, lol.
Response back says, I didn't think you were. I'm not much of one either, but I'd like to get to know you more. Which is like a thumbs up.
Okay, then I'll be there.
See you there. And then he sends a like Google Maps drop pin that is at Ranger Point, which is at the top of the mountainside behind the campus. And as you get ready, the Lady Queen Tamarit, I can get you close, but I cannot get you all the way there. But it will definitely make this easier.
Close is good. I can take close. Also, I hope that you're not reading my messages.
Your personal life will always be yours unless you ask me my opinion. Do I see them? Yes. Will I read them? No. But he sounds like he just wants to get to know you.
I'm not good at being known. This is all new to me, so we'll see how that goes.
I can help you if ever you need, sweet one. Now, let's get close. As you finish preparing yourself, you watch the dial on the screen go through the spectrum, then pink, as it feels like rabbits running around your entire body. That like soft fur, but moving at such a fast speed before pink light fills your vision. Gina.
Hello.
You also awaken to a text message. Actually, 7 text messages, all from the same number. Not saved in your phone, but as you open the first message, it says, hey, it's Bone. 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 We met yesterday. Wanted to see if things were all right. Are you alive? Oh no. It's Bone. Bone. I hate my brother.
Interesting messages. Yes, I'm alive. Thanks for checking in, I guess. I don't know what to say to this. I guess that's enough. Send.
Send. As you hit send on the message, immediately you see a response come up. My brother made my phone make my name always say Bone. Watch, and typing again, and it's Bone. Types again, Bone. Types again, Bone. Like an autocorrect has been set in, so he can't write his real name. It just always says Bone. Glad you're okay. See you today? Question mark.
Yeah, I should be heading in soon. I guess you're Bone then. Send.
Skull with crossbones emoji response. Now I'd like you to give me an alertness check.
All right. 10.
10. What kind of snacks would be in Gina's place?
Ooh. I don't know, maybe some Doritos, like bag of the sweet and spicy chili Doritos, because those are some of the vegan ones.
As you kind of look over everything, decide, okay, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna going in today. From around the corner, coming into the room, there is that Doritos bag over the head of a quadrupedal, gold hued, like gold yellow furred creature that just walked into your room.
How big is this creature?
Just under knee height. Just
Okay.
walking it, and the bag is just stuck. And you can hear there's like some chip mess left inside it. And they're not against getting it off of their head, but they're not also actively trying to get it off of their head. They're just kind of walking.
Oh, using it like a feed bag. Hey, little buddy, yank. I'll put
It
these
tries
in
to
a
go
bowl.
with the bag as you're pulling it. It does not want you to take the bag off. As you finally slide it completely off of the head, there's Cheeto dust all over the snout. Nose kind of wiggles for a second, gives a few like high-pitched yips, and then like headbutts your phone. And then headbutts it again.
Yeah.
Before finally like walks just a little bit to the side of you and then sets its head on the side of the phone and also pixelates and then pulls into the phone.
You are the most adorable thing ever.
Well, don't try to be. It's just, when you haven't eaten in probably a couple thousand years, I mean, anything that looks like it might be tasty is exactly what I'm going for. And that smelled both atrocious and attractive all at once. So it was absolutely necessary.
All right. Cool. Wow, that's all right. Yeah, okay.
Trust me, I understand. It's weird. I'm a being made completely from Morphing Grid energy, but I existed at some point in time as a living thing and then was given eternal life through the Morphing Grid, and now I'm trying to figure out whether I should eat or not.
Well, do you enjoy eating?
Well, eating's great. But
Well,
I mean,
then
I
you
don't
should
have
do it.
to, but it's still, I think the others are gonna go to the Arcanium Plexus. I should probably get you there, but could you bring snacks? Like any kind of snacks. It
Yeah,
could be.
I can stop by the vending machine if you can get me there on the way down, and I can let you eat. If it's something you enjoy, you may as well, right?
I can get you close. I could
How
definitely get you
close?
close. Little paw shake back and forth on the screen.
Well, why not? You're like a Power Ranger thing. I trust you.
Yeah, absolutely. Why does that guy keep calling himself Bound?
Oh, are you reading my messages?
I'm not trying to, but he said it like 9
Oh, feel
times.
free. It's cool. They said that it was like some sort of autocorrect thing that their brother put in there to mess with them, but I don't believe him. I think he just likes the sound of his own name.
I don't know if I'd like being called that. There's a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of things that
weird.
could be said about that. We
Yeah,
need to get ready.
yeah.
We got to go get snacks. And then I got to get you close to the
All right.
Arcanium.
Sure. Let me get ready real quick and then let's do it.
As you get ready for the day, the seal shows moving through the spectrum before settling onto yellow. and you feel. Have you ever had like a cat or a dog like leap towards you to kind of like hug you? Not in like an
Yes.
aggressive way, but like super loving.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that, but all over your body with these foxes. Like they're jumping and laying over your shoulders, wrapping around your stomach, wrapping onto your leg before this yellow light pulls over you and you
Cuddle,
are
cuddle.
teleported. Frankie,
Yo.
all of the lights are on.
You mean like in the whole dojo?
In the whole dojo, including your apartment. You can see that the front door is open into your apartment.
Okay. Sit up and look around the apartment. I'm assuming it's like a studio. I look around the studio apartment. Do I see anything in here?
Give me an alertness check.
Let's see. Alertness. Okay. That's a 19.
It looks like somebody broke into the studio and just started destroying things. Like a handful of your boxes that weren't unpacked yet have been like thrown across the studio. All of the lights are on. You can see another box that you were using as like a dirty clothes hamper has been like torn and thrown down, is just spilled all over the place. The front door, the door leading into the studio, doesn't look like it was broken into, but out of.
That
You
can't
go
be good.
looking through everything, nothing's missing.
Okay. I grab the first green pair of clothes from the clean pile and head out to my dojo area to see what the hell's going on.
As you're going down the stairs towards the dojo area, you hear what sounds like wooden clogs being beaten against random things. Wood floor, metal lockers. Just it sounds like a tap dance arena of fighting going on.
And it's coming from like the dojo area.
Yep.
I jawed down the rest of the stairs and turned the corner past the desk and see what the hell's in my dojo.
Turn the corner past the desk, and there is, fortunately, when you left yesterday, you closed all of the blinds, you locked the front door, everything was all good there. There is a stag going absolutely ape shit in the dojo. Before you turn the corner, it turns and looks right at you, and then immediately gets tense.
Like, dude, chill out. There's a lot of expensive shit in here.
You watch the legs move out as the head dips. Very aggressive.
I get into a fighting stance. I don't want to hurt you, dude.
Takes 2 steps back.
I take 2 steps right to like
And
kind of
then-
circle with it as it moves.
Presents its chest, leans its head back, and then dips and bows. And then slowly walks towards you.
I relax. Okay, couldn't we have started this way? You kind of wrecked my apartment. What did Stads eat? I think I got some nuts in the kitchen or something. You hungry?
It lets out like a low like rumble and like nudges at your chest.
Okay. I'm sure I got some like trail mix or something at the desk. I'd grab some of that and just rip a pack open and like hold it out, like uncertainly how to feed a stag. I have no idea. Just don't bite my hand.
Hold it out. It starts eating, pulling everything in. You hear your phone go off back in the studio.
Um,
I need
stay.
you. I need you to make an evasion roll.
God damn it.
DC 11.
Everyone else gets a small, cuddly animal. I got a fucking stag. You said an evasion roll? So
Yep.
is that just a flat D20 and I have to beat my score? Is that how that works?
You have to beat an 11.
Okay. Nat 20.
Just as your hand reaches out, stay. You can see there was a moment of chaos that just rippled through this creature as it was about to bound and leap and move through this dojo to get upstairs to the phone. And you're able to move, position yourself, and hold the antlers. Stay.
Okay. I racked my brain for a second. Rowan, right? You stay here. I'll get the phone. You're too big to be going up and down my stairs. It's a very narrow hallway.
It looks like you just called me big. You said I'm too big, and just like takes 2 steps back and just waits.
I point to the head, mostly that. But I'll be back. And I just jog. I jog up as quick as I can, grab my phone, and come back. Okay,
you-
I got my phone. What was? Does it like lighten up or something?
Yeah, it is lighting up. You see a white spell circle showing on the screen before you see the face of Philo, the talking owl.
You're paying for my apartment. Your
I don't
your
know.
stat just ruined all my shit.
Technically, you are Rowan's. Rowan is not yours or mine. Second, I have no idea what you're talking about. Third, I believe there are things of interest that we should all be discussing. The other rangers appear to be on their way here as it is. I was hoping you would join us.
Sure, he didn't mess up the dojo, I guess, but give me like 2 seconds to clean up my apartment and fix my door. And I'll be there in a second.
There was things broken?
Yeah, like half my stuff I didn't even unpack yet is all over the apartment. And I think he tore through my hamper and my
You
door's
see-
off the hinges.
Philo in the phone suddenly pull out a white orb of energy, and it starts moving through the dojo and your apartment, and the door is fixed. All of the scraping and scuffing of the floors is all cleaned, disappeared. The box, you can hear, if you could imagine cardboard unripping, the reverse sound of cardboard being ripped, you can hear that happening upstairs. You can hear glasses being put back together, like clinking metal moving into place before the orb pulls back into your phone. Consider it fixed.
What in the Mary Poppins type bullshit was that?
This is it's a very basic and very easy spell, but these are things that I have to start jump starting and teaching all of you, so that
Yeah,
you can have access.
if he's gonna be here, I'm probably gonna need to know that. He jumped at like the first sound you made my phone mate. So yeah, probably a good idea. Um, yeah, I guess I can go. Dojo doesn't open till later. This will take all day, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let me just lock my apartment. I'll be ready. Run upstairs, like grab like my ready to go duffel bag that I always carry with me everywhere. Lock the apartment door and head back down and grab my phone. So do I go back to my uncle's archaeology center or what?
As you come back the stairs and you're asking that question, you watch as Philo disappears from the screen. As Rowan then moves towards you and sets his head down onto the screen, and you watch that full stag pixelate and then appear on the screen. I was hoping you'd give me a little bit more of a fight there. It might have been a little bit more fulfilling. It's been a while since I've been able to really wrestle with some things. You've got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you kind of went through a lot of that stuff. We're gonna have to have you only be out in the dojo. That's the only space that really has a lot of room for you to move in.
Well, I just wanted to make sure you were safe because you needed to rest, and I got your back.
I appreciate that.
As nobody was going up those things to you. That's why I was down there.
Okay, I appreciate that. I do have a locked front door with a very heavy padlock.
I don't know what that means. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to get you close. Might not be able to get you there, but I could definitely get you close.
No idea what that means. Just do it, whatever it is.
Neither do I. That's what Philo told all of us to say, just so you didn't get used to us teleporting everybody everywhere. Like little heebie-jeebies get you like worried that something bad was going to happen. Nothing bad's going to happen. As the spell circle on your phone goes through the spectrum, and where everyone else experienced being surrounded by a creature and then the energy, taking them, you feel the embodiment of a cannonball being barreled into your chest before the green energy takes over and you are teleported.
It could have been worse. I guess I could have been stabbed with his rack, but yeah, the last thing Frankie says as he's teleporting is you hear a chuckle. He's like, I'm totally not telling the others that last part.
Dior, as you've awoken, you're already aware of the things that have occurred. You know that your mother and father are not home. But as you become cognitive, sitting just on the inside of your door, looking directly at the door, is a jet black Doberman. Tail is pointed into the air. Ears are perched completely and is just sitting and staring at the door until it feels you awaken. And he sits up, turns, sits back in front of you, and you see this dog's eyes are topaz, not blacked over, not with any other color to the iris, but almost purely gold in the eyes as it looks at you.
I take it you're Cerberus.
Head turns for a second, shakes, and then paws over towards you.
Or at least what the spirit is that helps me access this. Then pulls out his phone.
Sets a paw to the phone, and you watch as the being then turns to Morphing Grid energy and then enters the phone. And as it does, you hear, I am not the Cerberus. I am Chiron. And I believe that you are far more important than you give yourself permission to be.
Don't really know how to respond to that.
Most don't. But know that I believe in you, even when you do not believe in yourself.
Well, thanks for that. Now there's a little bit of added pressure to what I'm doing, but it's a welcome one.
You should get your things ready. The others are meeting.
I guess that means that they're okay. Don't have a lot to grab, but just pick up my pack. Kind of just keep all my supplies in one place.
I'll take you to the Arcanium plexus.
Should I ask possible trajectory, how long it will actually take me to get to the Arcanium plexus?
The speed of light is determined. So the movement of the energy, you would be there in less than 0.1 seconds.
Noted. All right. I feel like somebody already made the joke, so beam me up, I guess.
You watch the spell circle move before that purpled black hue of the black spell circle appears, and you feel a warmth, almost like a fire moving over your body, but this black flame before the black energy takes you. And you all find yourself within the Arcanium plexus, the home, the collection of knowledge and power of the ArcaKnights, where you had been the day before, where you had received your morphers, spoken with Philo, met with Flamel. As you each appear, mere moments in between, you see Philo perched on one of the bookshelves, look towards all of you and go, "So, it's good to know you're okay. You've gotten your rest. You've gotten everything that you need to do. There is so much that we need to go over in such a small amount of time. So, if you're ready, we can get started on magical incantations and ritual magics that could be accomplished by using the familiars that are within each one of your Arcanite forms that will allow you to accomplish and move within the elements in it."
Pause. One moment.
Lower.
Yeah, I got questions before
Smaller
spells.
words.
Not
Actually,
just-
all of that sounds really good to me, and I'm ready to get going whenever you are.
maybe we should maybe we should start with a very obvious question here. So we're all Power Rangers.
Yes. One of you are, and Philo's like head turns for a second looking for the right words. Before the Rangers that had appeared here in Angel Grove within the last 2 to 3 decades, there was another far before. Where we are now protects a very important place to the Morphing Grid. That place is known as the Net. That was a name given to it by alchemists thousands of years ago. It is believed that your alchemists discovered the Zeo crystals, physical embodiments of Morphing Grid energy, and they coined them the Philosopher's Stones. This place is sacred to the Morphing Grid, as this energy becoming solid, manifesting itself in a physical form is rare throughout the entire galaxy. if not the universe. Zordon found himself here many thousand years ago. The first ArcaKnights, and you watch as Philo moves a wing out and a large book moves onto a table in front of the five of you. The pages flourish and open, and you see the people from the statues just outside of the Arcanium plexus. The ones whose energy you had reached out to and opened the gateway leading in. They were the first ArcaKnights. Joined with Flamel, they helped protect Zordon. In time, the ArcaKnights took a vow to protect the net, to protect the Zeo Crystal Grove here. And using their power, sealed themselves around the Arcanium plexus and closed it off from being attacked or sieged and taken, as Zordon set his power chamber nearby to watch over it. You are the new ArcaKnights, the new protectors of the Zeo Crystal Grove, the protectors of the net, keeping those who would wish to use the Philosopher's Stones for evil.
One very quick question. What can these crystals do then?
The Zeo crystals give access to the Morphing Grid. The Morphing Grid is a weave of energy throughout the entire universe. It connects all living things. And that energy flows between any and all, but to coalesce in a single point, all at once, creates the Zeo crystals. And with using the Zeo crystals, you can access the Morphing Grid. You can interact with it. You can use its power. For it is neutral. It can be used for either good or evil.
But why now? Why is suddenly the next team summoned now?
I believe that is a question for, and you watch the book start to flutter, and then stepping out of the book, you see Flamel, the old man wizard. As Flamel appears to you, he is now wearing more modern clothing, question mark. There's definitely like a button-up shirt, a almost like fedora, but it looks like it still comes back to like a wizard's like pointed hat instead of flattening off on the top. You could see the grayed beard is now like tightly cleaned and like braided together. The hair is brushed very flowingly, as opposed to the frayed straw looking mess that it was when you guys had first appeared. I believe the Dread Hollows have been awoken. And they were awoken at the death of a good being. And you could see there's a like sadness, but like a stalwart, like depth to his voice when he says that.
Who died?
A being known as Zordon of Eltar. A warrior, a magician, a friend. And he was taken, and he gave himself to save the universe. But I believe that in doing so, very dark and old beings sensed it and were awoken. Flamel turns and closes the book, sets it back onto the shelf that it was in, and you see that Philo is like, he's watching everything, but you can see that even Philo is in a moment of reflection to what Flamel is saying. You left before I could give you the proper instructions, but it was necessary, and so the instructions I will give now. It is important to know that as Rangers, you must never use your powers for personal gain. You must never escalate a fight unless your enemy forces you to. And you must never reveal your secret identities ever. I know that there are a great many questions that you have. And I am here and willing to answer any and all, as you are now the ArcaKnights. You are now my once best friends brought back to me. And I want to be sure that you will be safe this time, as I couldn't before.
Why us specifically?
Yeah.
Our group's cool and all, but
Yeah.
we're all, I would all say we're all pretty different from one another. What makes us so special?
I mean, I can see how great all of you are. I'm just wondering why I was chosen. I literally just got into town like a week ago.
Yeah, I just got here too.
This
You
is my
don't-
first time in the United States, and now I'm learning that there's a part of California that is covered by a magic dome. This is a lot, to say the very least.
You don't believe that the Morphing Grid saw these characteristics in each of you and brought you all here for this exact reason?
What you're saying? This grid is the reason we all came to Angel Grove.
The grid is a reason for a great many things. I believe it to be living itself. I believe that the grid knows love, knows forgiveness, knows trust and honor, respect, creativity, sincerity. And I believe it felt those things in each of you and called you here.
Huh.
And I'm not one to say that the grid is wrong, but I will always agree with the grid's decisions.
All right. So what do we do now? I mean, we beat we beat the bad guys at the stadium. So that's it, right? We're good?
You beat the Draugr. And Philo then like ruffles for a second and then flies back down and stands over the large table with the spell circle on it. And you watch as a almost like hologram appears on the table of the Draugr that you had faced. The Draugr are the foot soldiers for the Dread Hollows. They are the, what was it that I read? Lackey, henchmen, pawns to the Dread Hollow.
Hmm.
These are who are the Dread Hall. And as the hand moves over the hologram, first you are shown a woman. A beautiful woman with long black hair, sleek with water, eyes of cyan and bright green lipstick. As Flamel says to you, this is General Amaya. Amaya was a powerful storm hag who commanded clouds that would cause insects and beasts to grow to astronomical sizes. Amaya uses her beauty and form to navigate, to gain information, to interact with the world. But if you upset her, and he moves a hand over her image, and you see this long bat-like face with these huge like thunder clouds pulling from over the shoulder into a long cape that goes down the side, a lightning bolt as a staff in her hand, long greenish blue fingers. This is the form that she takes. The next of the Dread Hollows, the hand moves over and you see a centaur. The lower body of a black Clydesdale and a blackened armored human torso, holding a head in a helmet. A large lance at his back, a shield along the side, and a bow and arrow along the other. This is General Hesius. He carries his head in a helmet when he is with the other Dread Hollows when speaking, but will not only place it back upon the shoulders, but will use it as a weapon itself, throwing and breathing fire from the mouth. He commands the Draugr and brings them for the Dread Hollow. And the last hand moves over. You see a hooded figure with a very familiar wizard-type cloak. Similar to the ones that you wear in your ArcaKnight forms.
Right.
This is their commander. As close as we were able to get before, all we were aware of is that this commander has access to the Morphing Grid and is able to taint it and use it. It's how they're able to summon and bring forth the Draugr. That's how they were able to give Hesius his armor and capabilities and further improved the power of Amaya. I believe that their commander was once a friend of mine, but I have no way of proving it now. As they were rarely seen on the battlefield.
Well, who do you think it is? That way we can have, you know, a hint.
He was the gold ArcaKnight Ranger. I won't speak their name in hopes that it doesn't damn them if I'm wrong.
That makes sense. I hope you're wrong, because having a friend turn on you is...
The worst.
Yeah.
So while I research their commander, I will begin crafting all of the necessary tools for you. I will ensure that you have all that is needed. Philo is full of wisdom. And you see the owl kind of like puff his chest up a little bit. And small grin across his face. And he is more capable. He's better at communicating than I am. I'm an older.
You don't look a day over 500.
And come on, you're being too hard on yourself. You're communicating just fine.
And I mean, you cleaned up pretty nice since the first time we saw you, so.
Well, I had to be sure that at least if you needed to be seen out in public with me, I wasn't scaring off the children.
Yeah, you'll look. It's a little eccentric, but I think it works. I think you pull it
We
off
do
nicely.
need to. We
I
do
think
need to
that-
do something about the hat and the texture of this jacket. We'll work on the styling. But as we move away from the past and perhaps think about the present, and I turn to the rest of the group and go, does anyone remember that we came here yesterday with someone?
Vaguely, we had another member show up, right?
We never
Yeah.
checked on that kid and then just appeared in our houses. We should follow up on that, maybe? Seeing as people were being attacked by Joker?
Everyone but Frankie and Peter have Nikos's phone number because Frankie and Peter were in that full-blown run challenging each other.
Yep. And then immediately traumatized.
Here, give me a sec. I flip my phone out and scroll through. Nico. Well, I only have 3 numbers saved on here. Nico. And your guys's, but Nico.
You find Nikos's phone number in your phone.
Just gonna send him a quick text. Hey, you doing all right? Stuff was crazy back there. I don't know how to talk to people my age.
You get a text back. Yeah, things got weird for me too. Are you guys okay?
Like, I'm leaning over Dior's shoulder as Dior is sending this message, and I say, let them know we can meet up somewhere.
Do you want to meet up somewhere and talk about it? Like, looks over to Marcia to make sure I said that right. Like,
I also
okay.
start looking
Yeah,
over your
that
shoulder.
works.
That's good messaging. Next time, the first message, I'm just assuming this is your intent here. You should just say, "Hey, you up?" Question.
Got you.
Don't tell Dior that.
Getting mixed messages. Send.
Does anyone agree with me that I think it matters whether Nikos saw this happen to us? And further, if it happened to Nikos too. But I'm guessing if Nikos isn't in this room with us.
No.
Right.
I guess I'll ask Flamel, like, was there supposed to be another guy with us?
There were supposed to be a few more.
Oh, hold on.
A few.
How many more?
Do you guys remember how many statues were outside of the Arcanium before you walked in?
Did
Dior
I
would,
write
Devante
that
does
down?
not.
It's been 3 weeks.
Was it?
I
Was it?
remember
Was
it being
it
quite a bit, but not how much.
So like 7 or 8, I think. I don't remember.
There were 8.
Okay. Yeah, no, I completely neglected writing that down.
As
Okay.
many of you have pointed out, we have our core 5 Rangers. Blue was missing. I think I need to make this a roll. Hold on. What do I make this roll be?
Oh, we're missing blue. We heard about a gold one.
What would this logically be? Just general smarts, I guess?
Yeah, just go with a smarts check
Oh
for
yeah,
everybody.
I'm fantastic at that.
Oh man,
This
let's
it's not
go.
hard. It's like a DC 10 because you have
Oh.
physically seen these statues. You just saw the rendition of the other ArcaKnights in the book.
Well,
So we're just rolling.
Frankie's stupid, but my dice aren't. I rolled 17.
17.
For
General
rolling
smarts, it's a
smarts, would I
20.
just add my smarts number to the d20, or what's the deal with that?
What's the deal with
No,
that?
you should just be able to click smarts and roll, and then input that the difficulty is 10, the DC is 10, and it should roll whatever it is that you need for it.
Ah,
I can't.
I was
I-
gonna roll physical dice, but
Yeah, it doesn't think it only let you roll the stat check, and you just roll flat d20.
Okay,
Yeah.
flat D20.
It's
Flat
black.
D20.
It's blacked out on the sheet.
D20.
11.
6. Nope.
Dior has no idea.
I am focusing on other things.
Marcia and
wow.
Peter.
14.
14 for Peter.
6.
6 for Marcia. Marcia, you're making sure Dior's not led down the wrong path of texting people to make sure that you have a polite conversation through text messaging that doesn't leave any unwanted messages or any confusing flags that could be perceived or anything of that nature. A lot of like social discussion about proper text etiquette and conversation. The other 3 of you, we have our 5. Blue is missing. Gold was mentioned. One of the other statues that was out in the front, specifically the one that you saw the white light move through, depicted a griffin ArcaKnight, a white ArcaKnight. And with Philo, the familiar of Flamel, you assume that Flamel is the white ArcaKnight.
Right.
But you do not see a ring on his finger similar to yours, and you see an empty almost like book holster under his arms. So the
So-
3 of you are able to figure that out.
So where are the other 3 if they didn't show up with us?
I believe that they will be here when the time is right, when the Morphing Grid feels that it is necessary for them to join you in this. But for now, we succeed as we can. And we do what we can. And as Peter, your phone goes off. Dior, you get a message that says, meeting at Ranger Point, apparently a party. Meet there, ? Peter, your message is from Jameson.
Oh. What's it say?
We still meeting today? ?
Yeah, no doubt. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up
Awesome.
emoji.
So there's apparently a party at Ranger Point. We could meet Nico there.
Inviting you to a party already. That's wow.
Inviting us. Us, there is a plural. We implies us.
Ask him what.
Although he does get visibly flustered.
Ask him if there's going to be drinks or not there. Could use one after everything.
Will there be alcoholic beverages? I feel like that's too formal.
Available.
Change it to booze.
Deletes. Booze available.
Oh
I feel
god.
And then send this, and I point to the little beer mug emoji. Send 3 of those.
1, 2, 3.
What are you
back to
all-
back. I feel like Dior would send each one of the beer mug emojis as separate texts.
Yep.
That way they're huge.
Send
Yeah.
to send.
3 cent.
Uh,
I'm learning.
no idea, but plenty of people to where there won't be any questions.
All right. No idea on the drinks, but a lot of people, so no questions.
Okay.
A lot of people,
That's
it concerns me in a
interesting.
different way, but I think that'll be fine.
Flamel immediately spins and looks back at all of you. You're all collegiate. You're going to a university, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are you missing classes? And he snaps his fingers, and you see almost like perfect duplicates of yourselves appear each time he snaps his fingers.
Oh,
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 thank
God.
God.
Oh my god.
some uncanny valley stuff.
And you, just as they appear, they turn and look at you, and that same face, the same facial expressions you're making appear on theirs before they disappear. They will stand into your classes, and all knowledge that is presented in the class will then immediately be made aware to you afterwards.
Oh.
I mean,
that's kind of cool.
my classes are just
goddamn.
mostly a formality,
Select
but that's
Okay.
cool. I think I looked for my list. I had History of Drake 101 today.
It's good to know that people are still studying dragons.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm studying.
So I text back Jameson asking when we're gonna meet up.
You get a text back, 5-ish question mark in brackets,
Sure. Where?
Ranger Point.
Son of a. Yep. Sure. Yeah, I'll be there. No problem.
Peter, you know there is a hazing thing
Yeah.
that happens at Ranger Point for some of the players.
Uh-huh.
Turns back to Marcia. So, am I dressed right for this? Like, gestures to his clothing. He has a Disturbed t-shirt on and a pair of black jeans.
You look great.
A
Look good,
college
Jake.
party? This is as good as it
Honestly,
gets.
yeah, that looks like college party shit.
What time is it right now?
By the way, history
It's
is great.
a little after 1:30.
Okay, you said you had to teach us some stuff. I have to at least get a lesson in today so I can, make money. So, what did you have to teach us before we have to get ready for all this party stuff?
The beginnings of spell casting. And as the book opens across the table, that's where we'll take our break. Everybody go ahead and get something to drink, use the restroom, relax, enjoy the lore and story as it's being built and brought together, and we will see you guys back here shortly. Welcome back, everybody, to ArcaKnights, Power Rangers live play series here on the Initiative Order. I am your GM, ArcaKnight Corp, Will, and we are going to dive right back in to everything as it is. So for brevity's sake, we are going to be introducing a new mechanic for everybody, which is spellcrafting. Spellcrafting, you will have a D2 in the rolls using it. Now, spellcrafting allows you to do small and minor magical abilities. For those of you familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, think of it like prestidigitation or thaumaturgy. Very small, open doors, closed doors, windows, turn lights on, turn lights off kind of thing. But each one will have its own little flair and flavor upon casting. As we come back into ArcaKnights, you guys have spent the last 3 or 4 hours going over this spell crafting ability. Each one of you working alongside your familiars through your morphers to get a better understanding, get a better feel for this new power, this new capability. When Peter, your leg starts acting up.
Did anybody see my brace yesterday after we got ported back? Oh,
Mm-mm.
No, sorry, friend.
did my brace get left in the stadium? Shit. Taki mushrooms. Okay. Flamel, you didn't happen to pick up a leg brace in the stadium when you sent me home, did you?
Was it the armor piece you had on your leg when you came in yesterday?
Yeah.
No, but I'm sure we could find it.
Yeah.
You left it in the stadium?
Right. And it's got my name on the tag. So
Would you know where in the stadium?
it was on the field when we were. That's where we transformed and fought, and then you poofed us back home. So it would have been there.
Cinder moves out of the phone and like wraps around your arm,
Ah,
faces towards you, and as your eyes connect, make a spellcrafting roll for me.
okay. So that's D20 and plus
And a
the
D2.
2d6.
A
D2.
a D2.
Or D2. Got it.
Man, if Rowan comes out every time I cast a spell, I'm gonna have problems.
I'm good. I'm gonna freak out. So that is a total of. Come on, stuck in my dice tower. 15.
15. As your eyes connect with Cinder's, you get a vision looking over the field of Ranger Stadium. And it's like slowly panning over the top before moving down. And you're able to start making out figures inside of the stadium. You see a handful of personnel in all black uniforms with an array of equipment, things that don't look normal by any means to be looking over like a crime scene or something of that nature. Like they have like handheld satellite dishes with like these weird probes stuck into the ground. And you see next to these groups of people where these black container boxes that you assume that all this equipment is stored in, you see a big clear bag taped off on both ends with your leg brace inside it.
Okay. Am I only like, it's basically like scrying on this location, right?
Yeah.
Is that kind of the idea? Dang it. Okay. So Oh, sorry. Go
You
ahead.
do hear Cinder as you're looking over it, and you can mentally you're processing this. There's like, oh, shit.
Yep.
It's there. I could bring it here.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let's get that out of there.
Okay.
But if it's already in a bag, is the bag labeled?
Are you going in for a closer look?
100 sneaky %.
Okay. And what was your roll for your spellcrafting?
15.
15. Okay.
Go Power Rangers. Trying to steal a leg brace from the cops.
As you bring your vision in closer to it, you can see there is a label on it.
Pretty documented.
In that same moment, you hear Cinder say, I take it now.
Nah, get out of there.
And as your vision starts to pull away, you see one of the personnel in the black uniform with that satellite dish pointed towards where you're viewing from, and it's lighting up.
Get out
And
of
then
there.
your vision returns.
Yeah, my leg brace wasn't there.
Dior looking over to you like,
Because I'm assuming that was all kind of telepathic communication. Yeah, leg brace wasn't there, so maybe it got destroyed in battle or something.
Can we insight him?
We'll need a deception from Peter
Oh shit.
and a insight. That would be a specialization in alertness.
It would, yeah.
So just alertness
So if
then.
anyone has that specialization into alertness, they can make that roll. Otherwise, it would just be an alertness check.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do an alertness check
I
then.
have alertness.
I'll do an alertness check, sure.
Click submit and it didn't.
It's a 19.
16.
Lord.
Okay, it didn't work, so I guess I'm gonna roll normal dice.
I rolled a 19
I rolled a 13.
because I actually have insight.
Yeah.
None of you believe Peter whatsoever at all.
Except me. I rolled a 9.
That
You're
trats.
still trying to figure out, Dior, you're still trying to understand whether
Social
by
cues.
sending the 3 beer emojis was in like
Yeah.
good text conversation or not, or if it should just been one
Social
message
cues.
with 3.
It's a social cues, not picking up on any stuff.
The rest of you will do with that
Yeah.
information as you wish.
They don't say anything.
Don't worry, buddy. You can tell us when you're ready.
Pull off my pack, unzip it, and look through to see if I have anything in there.
Do I have like squat knee pads in my duffel bag?
Yeah. That would have been a part of your training gear.
I pull out a sweaty squat knee pad. This might work. I think I have some spray in here. I'm gonna just start
Can I
spraying
pull
it
out-
down with like some Old Spice and then give it to
I
you.
pull out some athletic tape.
So I'd take the athletic tape of the brace and go, thanks, like the kid taking the avocado, like, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
And I will
knee brace. Yay.
wrap up my knee and set it up in the brace. What time is it, by the way?
We are now coming to that 5 o'clock.
I gotta meet up with my friend. I guess I'll meet up with you guys at the party later.
Yeah, works.
Where,
I
where are
gotta.
you meeting your friend again?
Where am I?
It's at Ranger Point.
Ranger Point.
I mean, that's where we're going.
Oh, I'm okay.
So
I mean, I wasn't invited to that.
there was
and-
a we. There was a we involved in his invitation.
Yeah, but someone I met yesterday also told me that they would like to see me or something. I don't know. They asked about me, and I'm not quite sure what that is, but I figure I might go say hi, maybe not. I don't know. What do you think?
Go for it.
I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how to think for you in situations like that. Go for it, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Make new friends.
Well, I'll swing by the party later. I gotta at least teach one class today before, because we kind of got skipped over all last night, so I missed my first one. So I should probably go open the dojo up. Any
Yeah,
of you are
okay.
welcome for free classes whenever. I mean, you guys learn how to fight better would probably be beneficial. So
Probably would be good.
I can imagine that might be useful.
What kind of classes do you teach?
primarily Botson, but I'm starting to dust off my uncle's old style. He was a lot more into like Tommy was karate, right? Yeah, he was.
Karate, Jeet Kune Do, and Aikido.
Yeah, he hit a lot more specialties, but he was primarily a karate user. So I'm trying to brush off that. It's been a bit, but yeah, we're gonna start with some basic like bots and classes the first few weeks. Gotta learn how to punch before anything else. So
Marcia,
Yeah.
are you doing anything before any of this?
I think I'm just gonna go straight to that party, I guess.
Cool. So it's not just gonna be me and Peter. That's good.
I look between
Yeah.
Dior and Marcia. Marcia, keep an eye on Dior at the party.
I'll try to do that.
Could be a teaching lesson for him.
Yeah. Surrounded by a bunch of people.
Here's what you
A
do.
bunch
When you
of
walk into the
college-aged
party,
kids.
you find the biggest person and just punch them straight in the face to assert dominance.
Dior, you don't do. You're trying to get this kid killed.
I'm getting conflicting information again.
Here's what. Come with me. I will tell you what you're gonna do, okay?
Got you.
And we are headed to the party.
Got you. We're gonna
Remember,
go.
though, think for yourself as well.
All right.
Yes, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna give you rules. I'm gonna give you guidelines. I trust you. Don't drink anything anyone just gives you to drink.
That's probably the best rule at a party, honestly.
All right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Man, I was this close to having him Fabian Seacast at the party, though.
My
So
God.
we will go first with Marcia and Dior. As you guys leave the Arcanium Plexus and teleport back to just outside of Ranger Stadium on campus, because that was the last point you were teleported to from the Arcanium Plexus aside from home. It's about a 15-20 minute like very soft hike up a trail on the mountains behind UCAG that leads up to Ranger Point. You guys were told about the Rangers that were here in Angel Grove not too long ago. And it was said that they had some kind of base of operations here in Angel Grove. And it wasn't until it was attacked that people realized where it was. And also became one of the main stake reasons why UCAG became the Rangers, because the command center for the Power Rangers was atop the mountain behind the university. As you guys start heading up that way, you see that there are almost like tiki torches set up heading towards the top. You can hear like in the background like soft EDM music starting to be played with like some dance hall and things of that nature as you guys start approaching. Marcia, your phone loses reception. You don't have a signal up here. Dior, your phone loses reception.
right.
That's not good. I mean, it's a party. What's the worst that could happen? But I'd like to make sure that people can call us if something happens again.
I die, you die, people die. Any measure of dying is the worst thing that can happen, really.
If either one of you would like to make a technology check.
I would.
Oh, yes, absolutely, I would. $13.
13 for Dior.
Lord, not 20
Okay.
for you.
Not 20. All right, cool, fine.
Marcia, you see, as you start looking over your phone, having this conversation with Dior, you see the Lady Queen Tamaret move across your screen. And from your phone, you hear, the Rangers will always be able to communicate with one another as long as we're connected to the Morphing Grid. While other contacts might not be able to reach you, your fellow Rangers will be able to.
Well, that's good. At least we know how to get ourselves out of trouble, but considering that this university is apparently located within a nexus of high magical energy where potential threats can just kind of spawn whenever they need to, I would like to make sure that if anybody else is in trouble, they can also call me.
I'll start working on that.
I'd appreciate that very much. Also, how do you feel about all this? Like, you're bound to someone you've just met with the duty of, I guess, answering all of my magical problems?
If there was intention to my creation, and it was always to be here to help you, then I am doing exactly what I was intended to do, and am grateful for it. But I am the Lady Queen Tamaret, Titania. When I am not here, at the behest of the Morphing Grid, I am watching over the summer and winter court of all of the Fae folk within my realm.
Ooh, that sounds cool. Will I ever get to see that?
I can certainly try. Or get you as close as I can.
Okay, I think I'm liking this ranger thing a little bit. It's still very weird, but that sounds kind of cool.
Dior, your 13 technology. Your heads-up display shows you a displacement and morphing grid energy, an interacting of two separate wavelengths, though similar in the spectrum, are interfering with one another. That's causing the cellular network distortion. Two opposing morphing grid waves are causing regular phones to not work.
Huh. So this isn't a tech issue. Kind of. That's interesting. And a bit disconcerting. You would have assumed that they would work together jointly. So why don't they? Is it like when two opposing... He's saying all this to himself as he's walking forward, like head down in thought. Is it two like opposing power outlets? Like if one outlet is a much stronger output than the other one, is it just overpowering it?
Hey, buddy, are you okay?
Huh? Sorry, was thinking. Information passes through my brain and I process it weirdly.
Noted. Anything you want to talk about?
Well, the reason why we don't get cell service or why other people don't is because the morphing grids are opposed. If they were moving together, the electrical signal would work better. There would actually be service, but they don't. So it's pushing all the signal away. We can probably communicate because we're on the same wavelength as one of them, but
So you're saying the morphing grid is on the light spectrum?
in a sense, I mean, it would have to be since they were represented by colors, or their physical spectrum is represented by colors anyway. But having two opposing light spectrums could interfere with electromagnetic signals.
Okay, I am not a physics major, and I don't want to be. But does this mean that that shield thingy from yesterday is made from the grid?
Yeah, it's made of morphing grid energy, accentuated as technology.
Marcia, hey, I'm glad you can make it.
Uh,
As you turn and see Arvon.
Oh,
I turn to Dior and whisper, I'm gonna ask you more about that later, but let's keep the morphing grid talk to a minimum at this party, maybe?
yep, noted.
Arvon, hi! Funny seeing you here, hehe.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Well, I'm glad people are here. It's good that we all get together, especially after the stuff that happened yesterday. And if it's the new
Yeah.
normal.
How many people?
That's a thing that happens all the time?
Well, with Rangers normally comes weird space aliens, insects, clay monsters, radios that come to life, jackhammers.
Stop.
Cool. I guess we're gonna have a very fun semester, maybe?
I agree with you on the fun.
Arvon, here's my friend Dior. Dior, this is Arvon.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Dior. You're Professor Broderick's son.
Yeah,
I've seen you around a handful of times. Didn't really get a chance to head over, but it's nice to meet you. I didn't. Come on, let's enjoy the party.
Okay.
uh-huh.
You do have things to drink that aren't beer, right?
Absolutely. We don't assume that anybody's just coming up here to drink on the top of a mountain and be okay with everybody drinking at the top of the mountain. Oh, we have a bunch of other drinks. We got a bunch of sodas and like this really nice sweet tea that Vanessa made. It's in like this really big punch like tower. It's really good.
Cool.
You
That sounds
said-
nice.
You said people. How many people relatively are here?
Well, most of everybody from the freshman class. Like this was supposed to be like the after party to the social team experiment yesterday, and so we just kind of shifted it over after everything that happened.
Slow intake of breath in, sharp exhale out. Okay.
Did anyone win that thing, by the way?
So there was a shutdown at the robotic engineering campus. There was a shutdown at the stadium, and then there was another shutdown over at the Paleontology Development Center. So once that happened, everybody was kind of shuttled into the main building to kind of like take safety as the shield thing turned on. But everybody seemed all right. There were a handful of people that we didn't have any information on or any way to really contact them to find out what was going on. So when we were approached by the investigating team from Angel Grove PD, we gave them the people that we hadn't heard anything from. They put it out on the news this morning, and everybody's been accounted for.
Cool. let's hope that nothing gets that bad again, at least for a while, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe like once a week or like once a month would be okay. As you guys look over, there's roughly about 40 to 50 people there. Dior, you immediately notice Nikos standing over by a bonfire, the far right, kind of just standing there, like looking over the crowd.
No mind but for anything else. Too many people over here. Go to Nikos.
You head over to Nikos. He's wearing like very similar to what he was wearing the day before. White t-shirt, gold necklace, like very thin, almost similar to this. Like leather jacket, black jeans kind of thing. And as you approach over, he just kind of like waves you over to where he is. So that stuff yesterday is pretty crazy, huh?
Yep. How much did you get to see?
Well, I got locked out of a lot of the buildings when the shield thing came up, and he's kind of like swirling a cup in his hand. I saw you guys get out of the paleontology center, and I was gonna follow you guys, but then I saw Professor Cranston running there, and I didn't want to get in trouble for going into places I shouldn't be, and so I just kind of dipped off towards the parking lot. I hid next to this like old car, like the headlight kept popping out of it, but just kind of ducked out over there. So what'd you guys do in the stadium?
Looks up for a moment, looks back down. Try to find places to hide.
Yeah, they said that the new Rangers were in the stadium.
Picks up a stick and just kind of pokes at the bonfire. Yeah, caught a couple glimpses, but everything happening kind of blurs together.
Give me a deception check.
I'm not good at those. I'm relatively good at those. 10, which is a critical success.
What did you get?
A 10.
A 10?
A 10.
Nikos kind of like nods for a second. So you gotta look at them.
Mm-hmm.
They seem like all they're cracked up to be. Like Power Rangers are like a big deal. Like they seem like they got a handle on things.
Rangers are meant to be heroes. They seem new. Don't seem like they kind of get how their powers work, but I think they'll be fine.
That's good. I hope they get better.
I do too.
I hope they figure out that new power.
It's the stick. Tosses them in.
As this conversation is happening, Peter,
Yes.
you get to Ranger Point.
Mm-hmm.
Jameson's waiting just outside of where the party is going on as you're coming up. Hey man, I'm glad you can make it. And he kind of like leans forward to like try and give you a hug.
Yeah. Yeah, I give him like the bro hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, glad I can make it as well.
So are you still gonna be coming to the games, or?
Oh, I mean, yeah, got to be there to support, but can't do much of anything else anymore.
Yeah. So we were talking about it, and they got the new guy his name? Orum Nikos. He transferred in. He's trying out next week. He's going for your spot. I mean, if it was somebody who was already here, like, can't really be mad at it. But I saw he was with your guys' group yesterday. You think he's you think he'd be a good fit?
I didn't really get a chance to talk to him all that much, so I don't necessarily have a good read on him. You know, he kind of disappeared when we were all together when all the stuff happened, so kind of ran away, I guess. But that's all I really know.
There's not really like a team player.
Doesn't seem like it. Seems kind of like a lone wolf type.
Yeah, it makes sense. Give me an alertness check.
Yup. Oh no, an 8.
You're really paying attention to what Jameson is saying. Like, really paying attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the where everybody else kind of disappeared after the accident. Jameson was still, making sure you were all right.
Right.
Stop by every once in a while. He was the only one who showed up to the hospital.
Right.
Out of the team.
Right.
And as this conversation is happening, you feel like a slimy, warm something get poured on you.
From which direction?
From behind you. Right on the top of your head.
I'm going to very slowly dab a finger and look at it.
It is bright red paint.
I'm going to slowly turn to look at whoever did it.
You see Patrick. Your center. Gotta get somebody. Figured you'd be the easiest one. I'm on the Rangers. And it just runs into the party.
I'll turn back to Jameson and be like, did you know he was going to do that?
I'm in the Rangers.
And I'm going to put my hand in my hair with the paint. And then I'm just going to put my hand to his chest with the paint on it and be like, yes, you are. And I'll just give him a tap and I'll walk into the party.
As we cut back to Dior. Dior, I need a technology check. This one with a shift up, because this does have to do with the morphing grid information that you were able to put together earlier.
$11.
11. Your visual processors begin to show you the wavelengths of the morphing grid that are interacting with one another. You can see that one of them is slowly dissipating, like it's losing power, but it's still strong enough to give out a weakened signal, which was causing the interference. It wasn't strong enough to operate on the same wavelength as the one from the Arcanium plexus. And you're seeing it come from the ground beneath the area that you are standing on right now.
I'm just gonna drag my foot against the ground, like seeing if I can uncover anything while I'm doing it.
There is a feeling of compacted stone and like the barest brushes of metal.
Like, look around to see how many people are paying attention and start doing that a bit more furiously with my foot.
As you start looking around, everybody else is having a good time for the most part. You see Peter is covered in bright red paint and just put a paint covered handprint on somebody who's standing in front of him before turning to walk into the party.
Not gonna ask.
But you notice Nikos is staring at you directly.
My friends say,
Be careful up here. You know, they said that the Power Rangers used to have like a base of operations up here.
"No,
Well, I'll talk
rumors
to you
is
soon."
true."
He like raises a cup towards you, takes one last drink, tosses it into a bag, and then goes to walk away.
As soon as his back is turned, go and just start moving my hands against the ground to just brush away most of the dirt.
It's at this point, those of you who are here at the party begin to hear the soft sound of war drums.
Son of a bitch.
As we jump over to Frankie.
I'm sure the party's fine.
As you get over to the dojo,
Yeah.
you can see there is like a bundle of letters that have been pushed through the front door, kind of dropped off. You unlock the door, go inside. On the very top of the letters is a sponsorship confirmation letter. It's the confirming that William signed all the paperwork and everything's confirmed for you to be over here. And it's not breaking any of the probation parole rules for you to be here. The terms of your sponsorship and everything laid out for you. Everything else underneath is like, you know, coupons for Angel Grove Pizzeria, you know, things of that nature. 2 or 3 bills, but you know, just set those to the side. That William normally takes care of those for the building. Turn the lights on. You do see William sitting behind the desk.
Hey, little man, you been here long?
Yeah, I just thought I'd come and check on you after everything that happened yesterday. Make sure you're all right.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. After everything got shut down, I just kind of headed home. Crashed out. Just been out and about all day. Trying to go into class and just figuring out what we'll do today. I'm trying to get a class going here soon. I put out flyers. Hopefully, I show up after I had to cancel yesterday. But I think there's like a party or something for that. The freshmen was supposed to happen from the social thing that was supposed to happen, but got canceled. So
Yeah, I heard that was still going on. I figured you were going to be going to that, so I was just going to sit in.
yeah, I was gonna at least get the class started. If you wanna, you sure you can run them through it for the first class?
Yeah, I got it. I'll have them do all the paperwork, like the insurance, the waivers, you know,
Okay.
participation, grade checking for the younger students, things of that nature. You don't even have to worry about it. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, just I need honestly, if you can just do like a skill test for anyone who has experience, just to kind of rank them for me, kind of break them into segments, and then just get the beginner set up on a program. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'll take care of all of that. Give me a insight or if you have the specialization insight. If not, just alertness.
Okay. That is a 13, and the D4 was a 4.
Oh yeah. William looks tired. Not like physically, but you can tell just in like his speech patterns
Mm-hmm.
and the way that he's conversing with you is not the normal for him. Normally there's a lot more of those SAT words that they tried to get you to memorize, and things that were in the application to come to UCAG, but
Yeah, I usually don't
like
understand half the stuff he says to me, so that tracks.
all of that's missing. It's like he's just like a breath was let out of him that he had been holding for a long time.
Are you sure you're up to this? You look kind of rough. No offense.
No, if you're going to be here, it's better for you to be here with friends than to be here alone. Well, alone other than me.
Okay.
I'll take care of this. You make friends. Make this as easy for yourself as you can.
That's fine.
I don't want this to be hard.
Let me get dressed to go to the party. I'll come down and at least do an intro for myself and tell them what's going on, and then you can just supervise from there.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So yeah, I head up to my apartment, get dressed, throw on like a black and green flannel, some nice jeans. Head back down. As like people are, I'm assuming, are starting to pour in. I don't think Frankie has like an age limit. I'm assuming it's probably like 13 to mid 30s or something.
There's like 4 people show up.
Great.
2 of them look to be probably like 14, 15. One of them looks like they might go to UCAG, but you're not 100% certain. There's a face there, and it's recognizable. So if you saw him again, you would know.
Mm-hmm.
But they definitely look closer to your age. And then there's a 64-year-old woman, and she's in full boxing attire as she shows up.
Okay. Not the turnout I was expecting, but that's what marketing's for. Professor, you just send me get some flyers set up, please.
Yeah, I'll update them.
You 4 follow me. Professor Cranston's here to walk you through your class today, because I have some obligations to attend to. Have any of the 4 of you botsed or done martial arts before? And kind of eyes linger on the old lady a little bit.
The old lady's hand's the only one in the air.
Okay, well, you're certainly prepared for it.
1965 Navy's women's boxing champ.
Can I do a history check for that?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So that's gonna be a disadvantage roll that they don't have culture, but can I argue that can be a flat roll since it is boxing?
Yeah, I'll give you a flat roll because
Okay.
it's boxing.
It's a 17.
If she's telling the truth, this is Miss Abigail Strawson, and was indeed the 1965 U.S. Navy women's boxing champion.
I'm like, I racked my brain going through champions, find the name. Like, what's your name again?
They called me Sledge Slauson.
Well, shit. Why do you need me to teach you?
I'm just trying to stay on my feet. Don't live this long not doing nothing.
Okay. I looked at the 3 newcomers. I kind of want to get. And you said one goes to the college, so I want to get some word out. I'm gonna spar with the old lady real quick. You up for a quick session? I gotta get running, but we can do like a quick round spar if you want to see where you're at.
I'm gonna save you the pain of telling you that this old woman rocks your world. There are some solid haymakers, good cross jabs, like feet placement is still like perfect. They're a little shorter in the feet placement, like she doesn't have as much rotation in the hips for her feet moving, but she gets full power, core, legs in from the ground into you with each like hit. She don't got the quick jabs, but she still got the heavy hitters. That's very demoralizing in front of two 15-year-olds and somebody your age. As that is when William comes over and goes, all right, so we're going to go ahead and get the paperwork started for everybody, make sure that everything is in line. We're going to let Senior Frankie go ahead and take care of his previous engagements, and he'll be with you guys in your next course. But for tonight, we'll get a good understanding of where everybody's at. We'll get some solid training in, and then we'll move forward from there.
Yeah, pretty good moves. Definitely show you a few things. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I head upstairs back to the apartment and like wrap my ribs. Put some icy hot on because I'm assuming with the size difference it was just a ton of body shots. And then I don't even want to walk back out past the dojo. I'm like, Rowan, can you just send me to campus?
As you pull your phone out, you see Rowan has a very bewildered look on his face as he says, I need to get you to the others right now.
What's going on?
Something's going on with the other Rangers. I think one of the Dread Hollows is there. If not just there's way too many Draugr there. There's way too much dark energy where the others, and you feel that brutal headbutt into your chest as that green energy washes over you as you're teleported. Gina.
Right after all the body shots too. There's got to be a nicer way to do that.
Hey.
So you were going to meet with Bone?
Yeah, I guess so. Why not?
As you leave the Arcadium Plexus, do you send a text to him? Do you ask him where he's at?
Yeah, where you at? Send.
Ranger Point first year party, figured it'd be easier. Thumbs up.
Oh. Okay, that makes sense. All right, cool. So I just head there then?
Alrighty.
Like right on the heels of everyone else?
Yeah, just like a few minutes behind the group that went up initially. You would have seen on your way up there the person who poured the red paint on Peter. Just as it happened would have been as you were coming around that turn on the hike up, you would have seen them pour the paint onto Peter.
I make note of them. Just because I don't know how big of a deal it is with the way Peter's reacting right now. And I'm not going to start trouble if it doesn't need to start, but I will let Peter know who did it.
Alrighty. You do recognize the one that was in front of Peter. His name is Jameson. He was at the social team experiment day handing out the paperwork to everybody from behind the table.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as Peter takes his hand in the red paint and just kind of puts a handprint on the guy in front of him before walking away. And when Peter walks away, the one that he left the handprint on just stayed standing there for a few moments as you approach.
Does he look okay?
He looks like somebody who made a bad choice. Who might have made the wrong choice.
I'm not quite sure what to do with that information. Is there what?
However you want to interact with them. There is no right or wrong way to it.
Yeah, I just like. Okay, I'll just walk up and be like, "Hey, you okay?"
I don't think so.
Why not? What's up?
I think I chose the wrong friends.
Well, you recognize it now, and if you recognize it now, that means that you can make changes to be better in the future, right?
I hope so.
All you have to do is use the awareness that you've gained and keep trying to get better. The more information you have, the more you can build out what is the right and wrong choices. You know what I mean?
Give me a persuasion roll.
All right. Oh, shit. Damn it. I can't flip a coin to save my fucking life. 14.
14. You definitely see that there is an acknowledgement that they made a mistake, but they might be able to come back from it. They might be able to make the right choices. I kind of like look at the red handprint that's on their chest right now, and at first they go to like try to wipe it off, and then their hands are just covered in red paint. And they realize that this was like the worst idea. Reach down and like rub their hands in the dirt to kind of like pull it off by getting it to absorb into the dirt. So I think I'm gonna go and try and make it right.
Sounds good. Just when acknowledging your mistakes, once you figure out how to make it right and you take those steps and you actually start doing the work to make it right, make sure you forgive yourself. Because if you don't forgive yourself, you'll end up beating yourself up over it long after you fix the mistake.
I'll do that. And starts walking down the path away from the party as you hear, Gina! You're
Oh,
here!
hey, Bone!
Comes over. He's got like 2 Gatorades in his hands. He's like, I got purple and I got like this weird yellow green one.
Are they sealed?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He turns and points them towards you.
I take the yellow green one. Thanks.
Hell yeah. Cracks the top open on it. He's like, so we were supposed to be doing this at my dad's juice bar, but they're closed right now. So that's why we're doing it here at Ranger Point.
All
Apparently,
right,
this is
cool.
where the Rangers used to have like their base set up like 20, 30 years ago. And then it got attacked by a giant like serpent mech Zord thing. It was pretty crazy, my dad said. Well, both my dads said. But yeah, so that's why we come up here. We throw a little, bonfire together and hang out. And yeah, it's pretty great. I'm glad you came.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for like reaching out and everything this morning and making sure I was okay. I heard there was like a list of like the people who didn't turn up during the incident, and I might have been on it. So thanks
Yeah, you
for
were
reaching out.
totally on it. So that's why, like, when I saw that you were on the list, I wanted to make sure I sent you a message. And my brother's name is Spike, and he's younger than me, but he knows he knows his way around phones and stuff like that. My name's Damien, but my
Oh.
dad calls me Bone, and it's just been like a long running thing in my family. And so like everybody calls me Bone because like everybody calls my other dad Skull and then my dad Bulk. So it's like we just all go by our nicknames because that's what everybody knows us as.
That's really cool. I like the family theme that you have going on. It's kind of
Yeah.
wholesome.
Dad and dad were real punk rock. They're like punk rock ahead of their time kind of punk rock too.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, they were great. Roll me an alertness check real quick, Gina.
Oh, actually a 15.
Coming up the pathway behind you, you are starting to hear the war drums similar to the day before, as you hear the cobbling together of Draugr starting to make their way up the pathway.
I
As this
quickly
happens, all of my rangers who are present at Ranger Point, you begin to see a shadow move from across the moon and pool onto the ground in the center of the party, where you see before you a large centaur-like being, clad in black armor, a large flaming sword in their right hand, holding a head in a helmet in the other, as it yells out, "Rangers, I can feel you here. Challenge me and prove you deserve to protect the net." As Hesius, General of the Dread Hollows, appears.
Well, shit.
Mushrooms.
I look
Are
at
people-
Bone and just say, run. Run.
And that is where we will end
Mhm.
tonight's session. Thank you all so much for joining us here on ArcaKnights, a Power Rangers live play series here on the Initiative Order. I am Will, the GM. I am ArcLight Court all over the internet. I've got plenty of projects coming up here in the near future. I'm also doing a giveaway, a $300 giveaway of a custom built D&D session for anyone. Come on over to my IG at ArcLight Court, follow the instructions in the post, and win yourself a one-on-one experience for you and 4 other friends to experience Dungeons and Dragons either for the first time or just in a brand new world altogether. We'll go around the group, have everybody give their characters, how they're feeling about today's session, where we can find you, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up for the night. We will start with Pluto.
Everyone, I'm Pluto. I am a non-binary bisexual GM and player on stream for both my Twitch channel and TIO and Open Circuit Studios coming next month. You can find me at Pluto Cleric on all social medias. I have way too many things to plug, so I'll just plug the next thing in the list, which I am currently on TIO's Gone Ghost Monster Hearts game as totally not Danny Phantom's clone, because this is no way related to Danny Phantom whatsoever. I am L. Fetton.
Jeez.
A grown up goth half ghost person.
All right.
But yeah, that is me. I have some other shows coming up next month, so just keep an eye on the social media for those, because our wonderful GM is one of the players in one of those.
Ooh, yeah. Up next, Krimsin.
Hey y'all, Crimson Galaxy, that's Krimsin, because I'm not me without a little bit of sin. My pronouns are they, them, she, and they. And today I was Gina Garcia, the Yellow Ranger. You can find me on Twitter at sin_gal. You can find me on Instagram at crimson_galaxy_RPG. The games you can find me in this week on Wednesday, I'll be back with over on Party Wipe Games with the next installment of our Things from the Flood campaign. And honestly, we're hitting the climax of this arc and it's going really well. Definitely check that out. On Friday, you can catch me over on 2 games on Friday. One of them over on Cybernation Uncensored, where I'm playing Monster of the Week with a really wonderful cast. Like, the chemistry is fucking amazing and just great, honestly. And then that's going to be at 1 p.m. Pacific over on Cybernation Uncensored. Then later at 5 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be over on twitch.tv/ sorry, my brain is doing a blanky thing. I'm going to be over on why is my head doing this? Well, I'm going to be playing Don't Rest Your Head Arc 2 of the Outer Veil, and that is on twitch.tv/otherdoc. Got it. There, I'm done. My brain's done. Sorry.
There we go. No worries. Javante.
Hi everyone, I'm Javante, pronouns are he, him. I played Dior, the Black Ranger, pronouns are also he, him. For once in my life, I'm not super freaking busy, so you actually can just find me on initiative order for now. I do have some stuff coming in the near future, also involved with initiative order, potentially involving Pluto, we might see. I do have some things coming up come March and April, which are very wrestling related. One of them is reopening up an entire booking league for anyone who wants to join. That'll be coming around WrestleMania time. I do also have a couple games planned that are much more anime themed, including a Dark Tournament Saga game, which probably will be coming out in April. So keep an eye on that. If you want to keep track of that, check out my social media at Twitter, on Twitter at Javante, JHEV as in Victor, AUNTE.
Up next, Alec.
Hi everyone, I'm Alec, or Alec the Bard, pronouns he, him, and I played Peter tonight, who was real mad he got paint dumped on his head. But you can find me on Alec the Bard pretty much anywhere. I've got 4 new actual plays that are going to be premiering within the next 6 months on Alec the Bard on YouTube, so make sure to stay tuned for all of that. The second episode of Heroes of Bastion drops this Saturday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Check it out, and thank you very much for watching.
And last but certainly not least, Brandon.
Hello, everyone. It is me, Brandon O'Brien. I am a poet, writer, and game designer from Trinidad and Tobago. My pronouns are he, him, or they, them. And I played Marcia Ambrose, the Pink Ranger, whose pronouns are she, her. You can find me on social media at The Rising Tides. I have a website / newsletter, brandonobrien.xyz. You can find me also doing a lot of things just like everybody else here. I am one of the co-hosts of the actual play podcast Speculate, which as GM, I recently finished a playtest actual play series of Andrew Gillis's Girl by Moonlight, called Fractal Spire, which now that it's done, you can watch all of the videos and listen to all of the episodes of that in its entirety at speculateSF.com. And I am also playing in a game of Court of Blades, also on Speculate, that you can also check out on the website as well. I am also doing a lot of very secret things that you'll hear about very, very soon that I'm very excited to share more about. And in terms of design, if you're into Power Rangers stuff and would like more tokusatsu stuff in your life, I am presently working on a Kamen Rider RPG called Hero Revolution that you can learn more about if you check out my itch.io page, therisingtides.itch.io. So that's me.
Give.
Shut up and take my money.
So pretty much Brandon and Will are just going to switch seats.
Yep.
I'm cool with this. Last but
Down.
certainly not least, we'll go through the wonderful sponsors here at the Initiative Order. First off, we have Session Zero Clothing, creators of awesome TTRPG inspired streetwear. Use code ORDER, ORDER, at checkout for 15% off your purchase. Next up is Norse Foundry, creators of artisan stone and metal dice. If you use code TIO1515, you'll get 15% off your purchase. We also have another amazing dice crafting group, our friends at Mithril Armory. Use code INITIATIVE and you can get 10% off of your purchase. And finally, our very own Taryn, creator of Umbral Oculus Dice. If you use the code INITIATIVE, you'll get 10% off a full set of dice there as well. Thank you guys so much for joining us here for episode 2 of ArcaKnights Power Rangers Live Play Series. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks from now.
Count them.
Into episode 3. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining us, and have a wonderful evening.